everyone. I'm Sandy from Sandy's Crochet World. I just started my channel. I'm sorry that the first video, there was so much time in between. But there's things I wanted to get to show you different ways of, I know people have problems planning their projects out or trying to think of, okay, what can I make next? And one of the questions is, do I have enough yarn? Okay. Now, this video is going to be about if there's a way that you are a seasoned crocheter. Okay. So mainly most of my videos, if I didn't explain this in the beginning, with my introduction video, uh, you do at least know how to crochet. You can be a beginner. You can be what they call s- an easy or slightly advanced or advanced. Like I had said in my intro video, I've been crocheting since I'm like 13 years old. And so it's been a long time, believe me. Long time, a lot of mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Believe me, I've made tons of them. And I still make mistakes. Okay. But mainly what this video is about is trying kits that include all of your yarn, um, whatever other materials that you may need uh, to make your item. And kits are very good because it gives you just about everything. Now it depends where you want to try and buy them from. Okay? So say where I started out buying them from is it depends what company or what yarn you like, what yarn you're used to using. You could always try new yarns. I would try something you're familiar with. However, I tried something that was a little bit kind of even away from me putting two different yarns together. Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to say is my preference. Okay, there's a couple places out there where you can buy kits. Okay. There's Yarn Inspirations, which is the Red Heart Company. Uh, there is Lion Brand Yarn. There are places like Hirschner's. There's Mary Maxim. Uh, and I'm sure there's a lot more, but they're the ones that I like to kind of deal with. Okay. So I guess where we could start is what I worked on, and we'll take it from there. So I like Lion Brand yarn. Okay. I like the company Lion Brand. I had asked them a few questions on things. They were very helpful. They just had a sale, I want to say about a month and a half ago, where if you keep checking on lionbrand.com, they will show you. You can click on kits. You can punch in what you're looking for, what you would like to make. They just had a sale, and the sale was phenomenal. I bought 3 kits. To be honest, I have bought, yarn from Lion Brand before, but I never ever bought a kit. And so this was my chance to show you how much kits are had cost, some of the cost, what the great sale was they had, and what I had left over. And this is why it took me a while to post a video. Okay, so we'll get rid of all that. Now, the first kit that I did, this is the now with this kit, I did want to unbox it with you, but I have 2 here that I'm going to unbox with you, 2 other kits. This one I wanted to do to show you how you can change things. um, if you're a little more seasoned, but this was a simple change. Okay. And the difficulty of the pattern. I had a little bit of difficulty with it only because it was the wording of the pattern. Okay, so with the kit, and this is what I made. Okay, what I made was this cute little purse here. Okay, now it has, isn't that adorable? It has the long string to it, and it's not going to stretch because it's made out of cotton yarn. And I'll go through the yarns that were in it. I put the little tassels on the edge myself, okay, because I like them. But this basically is made out of two different yarns together. And it's almost like a waffle stitch. And yes, I put my little handmade, don't be afraid, show your stuff off. My little handmade tag, okay, which I got them from Amazon. All right. So this is it's called the Chroma crossbody bag. Now, the little flap goes, you can take off. You can put anything inside. It's not going to come out. It's a very close crochet. Okay, so we'll put, this is your little slip. You just slip it right through that little knot there, the little flap. And it's very easy if you want to get in and out. I like little purses like this in the summer and stuff where you can get in and out real quick. These are little corners. So it's not like kind of straight. If you set it down, it'll sit down like that when you have your stuff in it. You can also cut a piece of that plastic canvas and put in the bottom if you like. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this here for a second. Actually, I'll put it down here. Okay. What you get with the kit? Okay. Did I put everything in here? I did, except for the needle, unfortunately. Okay. Which, if I find it, I'll show it to you. It wasn't the greatest. Okay. So the kit was 19.99. All right. And yes, I had more than enough yarn to make the purse. Okay. So the only thing with it, you had to download, you got, when you paid for the kit, you downloaded the pattern, which I did. Okay. And I'll show you then. Um, okay. So let's go with the kit. You, I'm not sure what I did with it. It possibly could be out in the living room. No, I'm wrong. Excuse me a second. Here it is. Okay. Now I got everything. Oh, sometimes I'm not organized. Okay. So what you had to download the pattern once you paid for the kit. The kit was 19.99. It was on sale, I think, and I think shipping was only like 2.99. This was included in the sale. Um, so the kit altogether, I believe it may have been I want to say 30% off, 30 to 40% off. I'm not exactly sure because I don't have the paper in the box with me with the other kits. But by the time I got done, the purse literally cost me like $17. And if you bought the yarn all together, I'm sure different places it would cost you more. So the Chroma crossbody bag, here's what I like to do. So when you get the kits, once you pay for it, as the kits are coming, you get the link sent to you. Okay. And you can download it then. I like to download and print things out. And what I do, I get a whole bunch of these plastic things, my notebook, and I'll do an extra video. I'll take a day and show you what I do. I put them in these plastic leaflets. And I just use notebooks and I put them in and I have sections for purses or accessories, sweaters, you name it. And that's what I like to do. And this is what I downloaded. That was the purse. Now, as you can tell, okay, the color is a lot brighter than the purse because there's the color of the pattern and here's the color of the purse. Okay. It's sort of close, only because the yarn is kind of like variegated yarn. Okay. So, and you have a brown that's mixed with it. Now, on the pattern, it was designed by Kathy's Crochet Closet, okay, which I'm assuming Lion Brand has influencers or creators that create these patterns, okay? And it has the pattern number and it has the yarn, which was, and I'll tell you then, it was the Lion Brand Ferris wheel and the 24/7 cotton. And it is a level 3 intermediate, okay? So I kind of tried it to see exactly how hard it was. Now, it's a couple pages. I mean, it's very interesting as far as because of copyright, I don't want to show you a lot of the pattern. The wording of, if you're used to reading patterns, okay, patterns are, I would read them carefully before you start because there was a lot of times that I read the pattern and it just wasn't working out right. And so I would go back and I would think, okay, like Sandy, just think use a lot of common sense with what you're reading. Read it a couple times and see how they're wording it. Okay. Her pattern was fantastic. As you can tell, I opted not to put the pocket on. I really thought the pocket was taking away from the nice pattern. Okay, which you can adjust it to however you want. But I love to download these and keep them. Okay. Now, as far as yarns, with the kit, I got a plastic crochet hook. Okay. Um, which was, let me see what the materials list was. Okay. And that'll be easier to tell you. Okay, the materials list for this was, by the way, the finished measurements of the purse is 9.5 inches high, 9 3/4 wide. The bottom is 8 inches wide and 2.5 inches deep. The strap is around 44 inches long. Okay. Now, the materials that I got with this, you should have straight pins. You can, because you're putting the purse, you're folding it together, because you're going to have to sew it. So you definitely want a yarn needle. That is not included. The straight pins are not included. Stitch markers are not included. So you should have stitch markers. If you're a crocheter or a knitter, you should have stitch markers. Okay. This was a size J 6mm crochet hook. You got this with the kit. Now, if you're starting out, it, it's okay. If you have your own, I would suggest using your own. If you're just starting, okay. I would say if you're just a beginner, I would probably say stay away from this pattern to begin with. If you're a little more than a beginner, go even try it because sometimes maybe I might have a problem reading things, uh, and you might not. So I'm not saying not try it, but if you're truly, truly a beginner, I would say this pattern probably would not be for you at this point in time. Okay. There was Lion Brand Ferris Wheel. It's a size 4 yarn, self-striping acrylic yarn. And you get one skein, and it was called Full Moon, which, okay, it's part of the Ferris wheel yarn. Now I have a little, let's see, I have a tinier ball left, and I have this much left. Isn't that a pretty blue? Okay. Now that is, you'll say, okay, but why is the purse so dark? I thought the same thing. This is a nice 4-ply, very, very soft yarn. Now you don't want to use that on your own. Okay, it's called Ferris wheel. It's in a little cake. All right. And it's Lion Brand. So the Lion Brand yarn is 3 ounces and you get 270 yards. It's machine washable and dryable. Okay. It's made out of 100% acrylic. All right. Now, this is called Full Moon. Okay. Acrylic can be a little stretchy. So this is what else I'm going to show you that I got with it that you have to crochet together with. Um, it is suggesting, gosh, okay, because it's small. Okay, so it is suggesting that size hook. Yes. Okay. So it is suggesting to use because they go in measurements. Okay, what did I say? This was a J. A J. Okay. I have my contacts in, so I believe it's a J. Double check. Double check the back there. Okay. Always double check the back of your yarn to make sure what it is. Exactly it is. I apologize sometimes with my contacts in. I can't see and I didn't bring my reading glasses in. Okay. But that's fine. I liked this Ferris wheel yarn. It's a very soft yarn. Okay. If you're going to use it for something else that you want something nice and soft and cushiony like a scarf or something, I would say use that by itself. Now, I got one skein, which was perfectly enough because I wound up with this much left and part of, here we go, and part of another little skein. All right. So that's what I have left. But don't forget, I didn't do the pocket. Even if I did the pocket, I would probably still have enough left. All right. Then this is how much I had left. The second one is I got, okay, 2 skeins of taupe, and this is 24/7 cotton, and this is the size 4. Now, you can see the difference. Now, this is cotton. Now, this is a nice silky cotton. It's not rough. Sometimes your what is it? Like your Aunt Lydia's cotton yarn, I believe your Aunt Lydia's yarn, okay, which is a cotton yarn. You can buy it in a cone. Um, some cotton yarns can be very, very rough. This has a nice silky feel. It slides right through my hand. So what I had to do is now you got 2 skeins of the 24/7 cotton yarn. This is how much I have left. Now this might make a cute little, I save a lot, and I'll do a video someday on like what you can do with all little leftovers, all of your little scraps of yarn. Okay. Um, okay. So with the cotton yarn, you get 3.5 ounces or 185 yards in a skein of yarn like this. Okay. And it is a number 4. And again, always make sure of the size of needle that's on the back. And let me see if I could see that. Okay. Not sure of the size. Again, I'm sorry. I forgot to bring in my glasses. But again, always make sure you read the back and it tells you exactly what size of needle that is suggested just for this. Okay. I will look then and I will post it underneath exactly what size needle for each one. Now, what I had to do to make this purse was I put the two, you had to put the two together. So when I crocheted the purse, this is why it's calling for a size J hook, which is a 6 millimeter. And this is what I had to do. So as you can tell, here is your cotton and here's your Ferris wheel yarn. I had to put the two together and I literally, this is how you would make my slip knot and you will crochet. You would crochet with both of them. There you go. And yes, I'm not a fan of this needle, but like again, if you have to try it. So I'll just do a couple chains to show you. And so there you go. So there's your couple chains. You see the variegation between the blue and the cotton yarn. So you have the acrylic yarn and you have the cotton yarn. So you have a blend of both yarns. Okay. So I had enough, more than enough. So I guess now, to be honest, this is the first time, this is Lion Brand 24 cotton. And this was the first time I worked with this. And I loved it. I always shied away from cotton yarn, but I really do like Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton yarn. This, I would love to make a top out of this yarn, like a nice lacy top for the summer because cotton can be nice and cool. So I've been looking around at a couple. If there's any that I see, I'll post them. Okay. So basically, in this bag, because I try to keep everything together, and basically, in this bag here, I keep all the instructions, everything together. This is basically what I had left after I made the purse. Okay. So if everybody's kind of asking, is it worth it? Yeah, definitely. The kit was definitely worth, really, it was like 17.89. I'm just grasping at the cents part of it. And basically that's what it cost me. So really, I made this purse for $17. So if you're looking for something interesting, you're a little more seasoned. I thought the kit was cute. Okay, it was definitely worth the price. All right. Again, I want to make something perfectly clear. I am not affiliated with Lion Brand yarn. It is just what I like to use. Eventually, I actually, what I'm going to do, I am going to shoot them an email, send them a picture of the purse that I did, and I am going to say to them that how much I did love the kit. Um, Loved the idea of putting the two yarns together. It's a very sturdy purse. Um, you know, that one I will definitely use this summer. And yeah, I'll shoot them and tell them how much I love the kit and everything. Later on, when I get a little more, videos put on, I will shoot them a text and fill out an application where sometimes they can send you things, for kind of being an influencer. Okay. Um, I don't know if that's going to happen with me or not, but we'll see. Uh, that's not the only reason why I'm using Lion Brand. It's because I am a Lion Brand fan. Okay. I love the Karen yarns. Um, if you go on linebrand.com, you will see all of the different yarns. Okay. So that was the purse that I made. Now, here are I ordered two more kits before the sale was off because when I saw how much I loved it, I'm like, I can't pass this deal up. And I found another purse for the same price. And this purse is cute. Now, I didn't make this yet. I belong to a yarn group at my local library, and I might take it with me this Saturday and start it. Okay, so this one also is by Kathy's Crochet Closet. All right. And it's called the Destination Drawstring Bag. Now, this is really cute also for the summer. Um, and again, this is what it looks like. I'll put it close. Hopefully you can see it without it right there. Okay. You can go on. If you go on linebrand.com and look up the kits, you can just look up Destination Drawstring Bag. Look at the picture of mine. Okay. So it's a drawstring bag. It's with the Lion Brand 24/7 cotton again because it's very sturdy. It's a striped design. It is for, does it say on here the level? Let's see. Well, okay, so the hooks are size G. You have to use a size H. Your stitch markers, your yarn needles. Has all your stitches on there that are basically simple stitches. If not, they are really plainly explained in this. Um, okay, it is going to be 9 3/4 inch high, 11 wide. The base is 7 3/4 wide and 3.5 deep. Okay, let me see on. Let me see this here. Okay. So it's called the Destination Drawstring Bag. Here's a better picture. I'm sorry for the glare. There we go. Okay. And it is considered a level 2 easy. Okay. So I was just glancing through the pattern itself. And again, I'm trying to respect the copyright and that of the pattern. Okay. And of course the person's right to her pattern. So I'm not going to show you anything of her pattern or anything. Again, it's Kathy's Crochet Closet that did the pattern, and it's considered a level 2 easy. From what I had read of the pattern, I would probably say yes. If you think you know, you're a little beyond a beginner, I would say most likely try this one. Okay, I will start this, and as I'm progressing with it, I'll do a video and keep you posted on how it is. Now again, I did the same thing like I did the other pattern. I like to put them between these plastic um protectors because I like to keep them, put them, like when I'm either munching on something or drinking tea or whatever as I'm doing this. So, I want to protect my pattern. And, computers crash, things crash, whatever. So I don't take the chance. All right. So actually, I think my paper is in here. Let me see. It's the units, my packing slip. Okay. Does it have a price on here? Vendor number. I know okay, the price is not on here. However, um, okay, I got this February 12th, 2026. But like I said, I wanted to make sure. Yeah, the amount isn't on here, but I know I paid the same amount. Now, included in this kit was basically the I'm sorry, downloadable pattern. Okay. And I did not get a needle um with this. Okay. All I got with this was, okay. So all I got with this was basically the pattern and the yarn. So what I got with this one was the 24/7. It's the cotton. So I got one of the taupe. Okay. I got one of, let me see here what the name of this one is. Okay. One of the taupe, one of the aqua color, which is, I don't know, it's showing up. Yeah. It's showing up kind of like a bluish green. Okay. So it's 24/7 cotton. I can't wait to work with this. Okay. I got one of the, is it mint? Yes. I got one of the mint, and I got one of, see what color this one is. Spruce. And I got one of the spruce. Okay. So, and this is how packaged in a box. Okay, everything's in there that you need. All right. So, these are all the colors that the purse is going to be. Okay, so that's all your colors. Beautiful summery colors. So can't wait to start this one. Now, from like, you can see, look how pretty those colors are. I just love them. That is going to make a beautiful purse. I I can't wait to start it. Okay. So I will take this, put it in with a box. Now, from the way I was reading the pattern on this one, and I don't want to keep everyone too long, but what I was reading on the pattern of this one was you're not putting the two strands together, I believe. I'm just guessing because I did read it, but it's been a while. Let me see. Okay, in rounds. You're gonna work it in rounds. Um, and she is very good at explaining, you know, the aspects of the pattern. Um, right. Okay. So you're gonna work this with a single strand of yarn instead of the purse that I made, which you're using two strands. Okay, so this is going in the box with that kit. Now, I have one more kit that I'm going to show you, and it's a totally different yarn. Okay, so this kit that I got, I'm not going to start right away. I think this kit, I don't know if the receipt is in with this one or not. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Okay. With this kit came in a bag like this. Okay. So this yarn with Lion Brand, first of all, I've heard of it. I never got to work with it. Um, so this is going to be really fun for me because I really wanted to try this yarn. You know, sometimes it comes down to do you have the money or not to try, to try things. So, like, I my go-to store, and I'm not pushing them. Everybody has their favorite store or their favorite company they like to order from. I like to go to Michael's. Uh, Michael's has certain yarns that I like. You can buy some of them in Walmart, and I don't even go there because I'm so disappointed in my Walmart store right now. But again, there's tons of videos I'm going to do about things. But again, this is so handy. Like Lion Brand has a lot of really good sales. I always considered myself a Red Heart or yarn, the Red Heart company, Yarn Inspirations. Okay, the Red Heart yarn. I I've used it forever, and they're worsted weight, and I love them too. But there are a lot of interesting yarns that I like with Lion Brand. Okay. So this I'm not going to do right away. That's why I'm working on the purses because this will be more of a winter project. Possibly I might get it started by the end of the summer. Maybe I could get it done to put in my local fair. Okay. So believe this kit cost me like maybe $22. Yes, $22. It was more than that because it had 30% off. It had your $2.99 shipping, whatever. Again, they download the pattern. Okay. So this one, I'm sorry, I apologize because it's a little uh, bent. This is called the Highlands Wrap. Now, if you go on Lion Brand Yarn, okay, and you see this, you have to go on and look at it because it's gorgeous. This picture, let me see if there's a better picture to this. This picture does not do it justice. Okay, first of all, this is kind of what it looks like. There you go. But technically, it's a shawl. Now this pattern basically was designed by the Lion Brand Company, Lion Brand Yarn Company. Okay, it's called the Highlands or the Highland Wrap. Okay, Okay, the designer is two of wands, TWO of wands. And it's considered a level 2 easy. Let me see if there's a better picture I can show you, because again, I'm not stepping on any toes. I don't want to show, the pattern because it's just not right. So let me see this. Okay. And then this is the description of what's included. So basically, look at that shawl. That is a beautiful shawl. That's how I want to wear it. Now, this was the color that I got. I don't remember, really, to be honest with you, if you can change the colors or not. But okay, again, I got 3 skeins, and here's the yarn. Hue, it's Lion Brand, Hue and Me. Okay. I've seen tons of patterns with this yarn and always wanted to use it. I could never either find it around me when I wanted to use it. I'm one of these instant gratification people. Okay. So, okay, in this kit, I got the main color, which is terracotta. Oh, okay. So here's what I was wrong with. Sorry. Okay. The pattern is done by Lion Brand. Okay. Two of wands, I'm assuming, according to the yarn, is who makes the yarn. Okay. The Hue and Me. It is a chunky wool blend. I love wool. I Any kind of wool. A wool blend. Okay. So let me see if it tells you exactly. Well, here's what it looks like. This is, I believe, let me see if this is the terracotta. Where is, nope, that's desert. Let me see here. Ah, okay. So you got, this is the terracotta, because I know you get 3 skeins. Let me double check. Yes. So you get 3 skeins of the terracotta, which is all in a bag like this, which is kind of like, oh, I want to say like a dark brown. Okay. So I got that. So we got 3 skeins, and I will go through on how much yarn is in them. Then you get 1 skein of desert, which is this one here. Now, and then you get 1 skein of, it's called werewolf, which is kind of like a black. So again, it's Hue and Me. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly. I'm going to use this. Plus, they were nice enough. One of the little extras that they gave me from the company was a Hue and Me bag, a yarn bag. Isn't that adorable? And it has the company. It has 2 wands. Okay, so they gave me the yarn bag, and that was a special, which I thought was cute. That would be cute to keep your yarn in, um, to do the project. Okay, so that's what I got with the kit. I got the pattern, I got all of the yarn that I need, and a nice little bag to put everything in. Okay, so with this one, I got the 3 skeins of the Terra, 1 skein of the Werewolf, and 1 skein of the Desert. Okay. Not included in the kit was you need a tapestry needle and a size US N/P or 10 millimeter hook. And I will tell you why in a minute why it's such a big hook. Okay. The size is one size. And when I start these projects, I will tell you, we'll get a little bit into the gauge or the gauge and things like that. Okay. So can't wait to try it. About the yarn Hue and Me, and I'll finish this real quick. Okay. Hue and Me. Um, it kind of is cute. It shows you the different colors that it comes in. Always look at your labels. It gives you interesting information. It's a chunky wool blend. Okay. So you can go on anytime on Lion Brand. Click on Hue and Me and it will give you, that's what I love about Lion Brand. It will give you a lot of information about the yarn you are using. So it's showing it's good for sweaters, for shawls, hats. Okay, here's the part you need to know. This is a 4.4 ounce skein. It is 137 yards. Okay, and it is a number 5 bulky. And you definitely can see, yes. Do you see the thickness of it? It is a bulky yarn. Now, one thing about bulky yarn, it is nice because your project goes a little bit faster, Um, it is okay, 80% acrylic and 20% wool. And I like to work with yarns like that because I make a lot of gloves that are part wool, and in fact, I'll show you what other yarn that I have that I like to work with. Um, okay. And then it tells you on there, the suggested needle on this one is a K. So if you're using this, let me see, what needle is this suggesting for this pattern? This pattern is suggesting a 10 millimeter, which is an N, because it's a very open and lacy kind of shawl. So that's why always use the suggested needle. So it's a 10 millimeter crochet needle. Like I said, lucky I have one because it is a pretty big needle. All right. If you were working just with this, like say to make yourself a scarf, hat, whatever, always use the suggested needle. Which again, on this one, your suggested crochet needle is a K, a 10.5, or yeah, it's a K 10.5. That is the size of the American needle. Okay. Always watch the sizes of your needles. All right. And I think this is saying a 6.5 millimeter if you're only using this for your own project. But always go by what the needle says according to your pattern if you're using a pattern. Okay, which is a size N or a 10 millimeter. Okay, and this is saying, what did I say again? That's unusual. Okay, because it's saying a 10.5, but that's a size. But millimeter wise, it's a 6.5. So they're going by millimeters. I know that can be confusing, And again, I'm going to do my next video. I probably will go through some of that and tell you what the difference is because that can be confusing. Okay. But according to this, it's telling me to use a US NP N/P. Okay. So US N or 10 millimeter. So I will go by the millimeter, which is 10, which in US, I believe it's N. Okay. When I do this, it's not going to be for a while. Okay. Because I want to do that purse. It's supposed to be easy. So we're going to try that purse next. Okay. So the gist of this video, I'm sorry it's 50 minutes. And please, when you start it, what just finish this. Just if you want to watch it in parts, that's fine. I would appreciate it if you would watch the whole videos because I try to give other tidbits in there and for you to learn a lot of stuff. Okay. Um, and so that shawl kit, I can't wait to start that. But I'm going to do the purse, the other purse, because it's a summertime purse. Okay. So I'm going to do the other purse. 'Cause now I'm interested on how that cotton's going to work out um, without being doubled. Okay. So anyway, are the kits worth it from Lion Brand? The first kit that I did, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely worth it. Okay. Um, I'm not saying you have to buy Lion Brand kits, Yarn Inspirations, or Red Heart. It'll tell you Yarn Inspirations. They also have kits. What the difference that I wasn't thrilled with was I thought Yarn Inspirations did not have all of their items you needed a kit because it lists down what's in the kit, how many skeins you need, and whatever. And a lot of times, some of what skeins you needed were not available. Okay. Now, I'm not knocking them down for that. I'm just saying, just beware, be careful when you're looking at that. Okay. Um, they have a lot of interesting kits. Someday I will get something from them. I'm just a fan, like I said right now, it's just my preference of Lion Brand yarn because of the quality, the different kinds. Okay. Oh, the one I was going to show you quick. Let me see what drawer it's in. This is what I like to use. Okay. These are called the Karen cakes. Now, these Karen cakes are by Yarn Inspirations. Okay. Now, when I said I love Lion Brand yarn, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Lion Brand yarn I love. Okay. Now, Yarn Inspirations with the Karen. Okay. I love these macchiato cakes. So I do love both companies. I just have a preference to Lion Brand, but with Yarn Inspirations, I love these. There's so much yarn in this that it's unbelievable. It's a number 5, which I truly think is a 4, but it's a number 5. It says 8 ounces. However, this is 481 yards. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're a size small and you crochet or knit, you could probably make a sweater. Watch Michael's. Sometimes they have buy one get one free or buy one get one half off. These used to run $11.99. They're now running about $14, $14.99. And if you have coupons that you can use, will bring it down. These are a money saver. Okay. And this is one of them that I love from Yarn Inspirations. Okay. That I like to make sweaters out of. And these last a long time. Believe me. All right. So if you want, go on and compare the two companies. It's there's just go on and compare them. Uh Red Heart and Yarn Inspirations, that's their website. They have wonderful patterns. They also have wonderful sales that I buy a lot of my worsted weight yarn from. Specifically this is one of them. Okay, let's do this one. This is one of them that I like. It's the Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo. This goes a long way, you know? So this was one of my old staples. However, again, I use both companies, but oops, sorry, girl, you're losing your hat. Um, I just think as far as kit wise, if you want to do it in a kit, they make sure you have enough yarn. If you don't, you can always go on, buy an extra one. I will let you know as I'm working on the kits to see if I have enough yarn to complete them. Now, there was one more company that I thought was really interesting if you want to order from home, and they're an old company, believe me, and they're well trusted, is Hirschner's. Okay, so that's a book. This is a booklet that you can get, and there's lots of yarns that you can buy. They have sales. You can buy things from there. They also have kits. Um, I think their kits can be a little pricey. But again, watch your sales. Like for instance, here was a cowl. The whole kit was $14.99. So, what I like about the kits is they make sure that you have enough yarn to complete the kit. So try one. Look how nice that purse came out. I couldn't believe, again, I'm reaching down for it. Could not believe how nice that purse came out. Yes, I did my own little twist on it, but had enough yarn. It was nice. I didn't have to go out and go searching for yarn. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of buying kits. Okay? So, and if you're wondering what I have new in the back here, I'll show this real quick. This this was made probably about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We were going on a cruise, and this is so simple to make as a beginner. It is made in two pieces, and I'm sure you've seen these in the past, and you have to be careful what for yarn you use with it. And I will do another video and show you. This will look really pretty under a white tank top, and you could use it for a beach cover up. It's a very nice drapey kind of yarn. Okay. So I'll do a video on that and post pattern for you. Okay. But again, Lion Brand, I love you because I finally got to make a purse that I like, got all the yarn to it, and learned some new ideas. Okay. So I'm going to start the next purse. And when I start it, I'll come back on and show you. I apologize for this being an hour. You can skip across if you want and watch, but If you watch the whole thing, you will see all 3 kits that I purchased through lionbrand.com. Okay. So thank you for joining me, and another video will be coming soon. All right. So please don't forget, I'm starting out the crochet channel. Um, don't forget to click um, like, subscribe. Please subscribe, because there are a lot of things that I'll be showing you. So click like, subscribe, and ring that little notification bell, and you'll find out when I'll be doing my videos. So I will be saying thank you very much for watching, and see you again from Sandy's Crochet World. Okay, bye bye. I'll be crocheting.